Okay. Okay. Hello, my name is Alexis Porter, and this is my case study number 4. So a little bit about my client. He is a 6-year-old male presenting with autism spectrum disorder. He currently lives with his mother, his brother, and his grandparents. He is enrolled in the first grade at a local elementary school where he spends most of his day in the autism unit, but he is slowly being integrated with his peers per his IEP. So his mom sought ABA services when he was about 3 years old. He had severe self-injurious behaviors, very aggressive towards her, his grandmother, and his brother in particular, and also had little to no communication skills or any play skills, especially functional play skills. He does have a twin brother that also presents with autism. Um, and I think it is important to note his medical history. So he only has one functioning kidney. So he is prone to UTIs, and they do reflect on his behavior at times. So for this case study, so the behavior of concern, and it's pretty relevant. It's only been in the last few weeks that we've intervened on this. But so my client and his brother, they both ride the school bus to and from school. They have been since kindergarten, which would make last year their first year. But he frequently attempts to escape his harness. And when he does, he wanders around the bus, mainly wanting the attention from the bus driver, especially the bus driver, but also the bus monitor. So the reason this is a concern is because the client goes to the bus driver and sometimes he'll attempt to obstruct view. He'll mess with different gadgets on the bus. He'll distract the bus driver from driving the bus, which is all very unsafe. So we define this. So one of his target behaviors we track across all settings is disruptive behavior. So this, we have a broader term or operational definition for disruptive behavior, but for the school bus itself, it's any incident where a client leaves his seat on the bus. I also want to include that it's any incidents, including like one or more of the following. It can be leaving his seat, screaming, crying at an unacceptable level, any physical aggression, etc. So some examples can include client scooting around his chair, mainly because this is a precursor for him to getting out of his seat on the bus, standing up at any point, jumping up and down in his seat, which is also a precursor to leaving his seat, standing up, walking anywhere on the school bus. Like I mentioned, screaming, crying that is not caused by injury, and any attempts of escaping his harness. Non-example would be a client sitting on his bottom in the bus seat, client standing up and walking to the bus door when he is given permission to exit the bus, either when he arrives at school or at home. Those are the only 2 times that he is given permission. So pretty much you can guarantee any other time it's not him being given permission. So rule governed behavior. So the intervention we used was an expectation chart. I am a firm believer that not every intervention needs to be this huge, elaborate plan. My client does really well with written instructions and having the consequences, whether they are positive or negative, written out as well. So I created the expectation chart for my client to understand, if you do this, then this will happen. So that kind of sounds like contingency, but not, because there is a rule in place. And so, for example, this is basically what his chart said and looked like. But basically, on one side, it was, the positive or the negative behaviors, the negative consequences. On the right side is the positive behavior paired with positive consequences. So basically, if I leave my chair, take my harness off, or scream on the bus, then, my mom, my brother, grandparents are going to be upset with me, which is very aversive to him. My friends will think something is wrong. I will no longer get to ride the bus, which he does love the bus. That's why I think he tries to get the attention of the bus driver. And then I will be unsafe, and I must hold my monitor's hand. Holding hands is aversive to him as well. So he does these things. These things are going to happen. And then on the right, if I stay in my seat and keep a calm body on the bus, everyone will be so proud of me. I will continue being able to ride the bus. My friends will be so happy, and I will be safe. All things that he loves. He loves pleasing people. So why this intervention? So like I said, I don't think every intervention needs to be some elaborate plan. It can be something as simple as this. Like I've said, my client already responds well to written instructions, consequences included, like I mentioned. Client is given expectations, and he has followed through with them. And the problem behavior has not occurred since being given the expectation chart. So proves that it did work and is working. He is also given a contingency from his mother, and she had stated if he can continue making safe choices on the bus for X amount of days, or maybe like the whole week, then he could get ice cream at the end of the week. So as it stands, the intervention continues to be successful. If my client has had a rough day, and I quote rough, meaning he did engage in the problem behavior on the bus, I'll bring out the expectations chart. I'll have him read it. Then his behavior improves. It's kind of like he just needs that refresher of, oh, hey, if I keep doing this, like these things are going to happen. I don't want these things to happen. So my client engages in the problem behavior. It is typically attention based. He wants the attention of the bus driver, but we did pair the last occurrence of this with him having an active UTI. So, and it got really bad that week. So I'm thinking he needed to communicate something, wasn't able to, and that's how he was acting out. So, but yeah, so that is my case study number 4, and thank you for watching.